Up next, the Wizards taking on the Hawks. For the Wizards, it's been a disappointing first half of the season. Can they turn things around? Starting with the win tonight. Hawks, Wizards, coming up next. Welcome to the weekend, everybody. Let's get it going with NBA action on 2K Sports. Alongside Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will be joining us from the sideline. Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. In the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. Daniels out there with Young. And it's Reza Shea in at the three, the small forward. And for the Wizards, you've got Saddiq Bey, Malcolm Brogdon out there with Zach LaVine. And there's Richaun Holmes. And it's Sarr in at the power forward position. And both teams look to move the ball around, stand to create more offense.
Well, that's usually the best way to attack, especially against good defenses. Ball movement moves the defense, and when you've got the defense on the move, that's when you can break them down and get high percentage shots. It takes patience. It takes unselfishness.
It seems to be the most efficient way, doesn't it?
It does, especially against really good defenses.
And so it's the Wizards getting on the board first. Young's shot is off. Sarr with it. Brogdon scanning the floor. Here he goes. Sarr's shot is off. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks very much. Brian Keefe gave me a few minutes to catch up. Now, I talked with him about the challenges of guarding someone like Trae Young. Coach said, as soon as he crosses half court, you got to be on him. I told our guys, no separation. Of course, this defense will have to be very aggressive if they hope to stop Trae. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, David. Here's LaVine, following the basket by Trae Young. Here's Holmes. And it's sent back by Okongwu. Now Daniels, 8 points his last outing. Pass to Okongwu. LaVine with the rebound.
Well, they know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
You know, these last few years, Stan, Atlanta has been outstanding on the offensive end. But boy, have they struggled on defense.
Yeah, and I just don't know if they can go to where they want to go unless they can just develop at least an average defense, and they haven't even been close to that.
And I know we've not seen a champion who is only one or the other. I mean, you've got to be a little bit of both, correct?
Yeah, Kevin, most of our champions, as you know, have been in the top 10 in both offensive and defensive rating.
Now here's Bey. Jalen Johnson missing his last shot. Bey finds Brogdon. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Yeah, showing the ability to get crafty on offense. Brogdon's list of moves continues to grow.
On its way from Young for 2, and Sarr pulls it down.
Far from an ideal start, only 1 for 5. Let's see if they can turn it around.
This is it to LaVine. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
First personal.
You know, Stan, as productive as Zach LaVine has been, you get the sense he wants to compete for titles. He wants more than just the individual stuff.
Yeah, and especially, Kevin, at this point in his career, it just hasn't all worked for the teams he's been on yet, but he's still got some time to figure it out.
2 shots.
Yeah, he does. And he makes the first.
Well, one thing with LaVine, you love the way he can attack at all 3 levels on the floor.
And so LaVine nails both of them. And so it's Young who brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. They trail by 6. He dishes it to Okongwu. Score of the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Now, here's Brogdon. Really had troubles in that loss to Boston.
And this is how confident Brogdon is in his scoring ability. Able to get it done from everywhere.
Young pass to Okongwu. Young dishes to Johnson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Alan Song.
First team
Last season, Jalen Johnson stands saw a huge leap in playing time and his production.
Yeah, look, he was one of the most improved players in this league. You know, came in as a great athlete, but then has really learned how to play the game, how to get to high percentage shots, how to get on the glass, and especially how to defend.
Yeah, his improvement has been off the charts.
Sure has.
That's good from Johnson. And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Nancy's checked in for Okongwu. Aaron Wiggins comes in for Rizachet. LeVert's checked in for Daniels. And Poole subbed in for Young. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. We're only around halfway through this very long season, GA. This is when the grind, I think, really kicks in.
Yeah, you think about the physical and mental toll this game takes on you. And I miss being out there, but, man, I tell you, it can be a grind.
Now, here's Johnson. He had 15 points last outing. Wiggins passes to Nance. And that one drops for him.
This league is in good shape when you talk about guys like Nance. The consummate role player does everything that's asked of him.
Here's Carrington. Coming in off a 12-point game his last outing.
Jalen Johnson.
Here is the list of players with the most boards in the league this month. The NBA's leading rebounder. Jalen Johnson on top.
He must be spending a lot of time in the weight room because he's shown some strength under the basket.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Wizards making a switch here. Mann's checked in. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Williams is checked in. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Poole the pass to Wiggins. Williams scanning the floor. Pass to Poole. Shoots it. Rebounded by the Wizards. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
Yeah, when you have a defensive showing this poor, it's normally due to an overall lack of effort.
Now here's Wiggins, guarded closely. The pass to Poole. And a missed layup. Washington leading now by 5. Ball against Poole. Outside ball. Shot clock at 5. Here's Carrington. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Outside Williams. Man trying to break loose. Backed in
Cameron
off the glass.
Williams.
And that's not nearly the kind of defense that's going to prevent a player of his ability from scoring.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Outside ball. Driving in. Keeps it alive. It's good on the putback.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Here's Poole. This one for three. And the last shot before the buzzer is off.
The end of the
And
first
so it's
quarter.
Washington
With the score.
heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter.
16.
And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. Right back after this break. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Wizards?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
KYP, know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
The Hawks trail by 7. Wallace is out there with Zach LaVine. Then it's Sadiq Bey. Then it's Sarr. And it's Vukcevic in at the center position. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington.
Richer so talented with the ball in his hand.
Wallace outside. Pass to LaVine. Driving the lane. Passes to Bey. The Wizards working the ball around now. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. Wallace misses.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Daniels kicks to Johnson. Back to Daniels. Okongwu down low. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
Wallace goes in over Johnson. Johnson with the block. Here's Richer. Wallace covering. It's Young on the wing. Unloads from 9, and it's blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession. Richaun Holmes is checked in for Washington.
Richaun Holmes.
Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. From deep, Johnson. That's a miss, his second after 2 shots. Here's Sarr. Great D that time from Johnson. And so Young will bring it up for Atlanta. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Wizards team.
Yeah, and they lost the season series to this squad last time around. Maybe a little extra motivation tonight to show they've improved.
We're talking about Trae Young here, GA. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger. You love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you.
And Washington making a change here. Ogden's checked in. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. I asked Quinn Snyder what he enjoys most about coaching, and the Hawks coach said the opportunity to compete in such an intense way. Also the tactics of the game and the intellectual part of player development. It's rewarding to see and have a part in someone's growth and improvement. Kevin?
Maybe that's coaching, right? Growth and development. A mind for the game for sure. I've always respected Coach Snyder. Atlanta with the ball. after Malcolm Brogdon's miss. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Young. Well, we've got a moment now to see this year's three-point contest and how it's shaping up. Let's take a look at some of the top candidates emerging as we see here some players who are likely to make the final cut.
Not too shabby of shooters on this list, Kevin. You gotta love the advancement and really the evolution of the three-point shot in today's game.
You take a look at Reza Shea, and it's him all alone atop the voting. It's pretty much a done deal that he'll be showing off his long-range skills in the three-point contest.
Yep, and he's going to be scary to have to go up against if he's on that day. Nobody can shoot it like he can when he gets in a groove.
And it's going to be an exciting showcase this year. Some incredible shooters, that's for certain. We'll keep you updated as we find out more.
Yeah, I think we're in for a real treat. I think the increased importance of the three-point shot in today's game has really shined the light on the talent, precision, and really the wow factor of how these guys can drill the long ball.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Atlanta making a switch here. Kenrich Williams, he's checked in for Okongwu. Aaron Wiggins comes in for Jalen Johnson. LeVert's checked in for Dyson Daniels. And Poole subbed in for Trae Young. Here's Krejci, still without a basket. Sinks the three-pointer. You know, Stan, we hear all the time about after-timeout plays. About how many of those do teams really have at their disposal?
Well, you certainly have to have a few, Kevin. Coaches vary in their philosophy. Some coaches will draw them up on the fly. I was one, like a lot of guys, who wanted to have things that we've worked on that then we could go to. But that just depends on who you've got, how smart your guys are, how quickly they pick things up.
Now, here's Poole, following the miss by Lonzo Ball. Now, here's LeVert, defended by Man. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Wiggins. That one's in, his first shot this game.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Poole against Ball. Man up top. Back to Ball. Pass to Man. Shoots over Poole. It's rebounded by Poole. The Hawks trail by 6. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
First
And the
personal foul.
confidence Poole plays
First
with,
team foul.
you gotta admire it. He feels like he can hit
For the
from
Hawks.
anywhere on the floor.
Jordan
It's his first trip to the line.
taking 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Washington making some changes. Vukcevic is checked in. And Sars subbed in for Terrence Mann. Both free throws good from Poole. Wizards leading by 4. Outside, Ball. Pass to Carrington. Shoots over LeVert. Carrington, that's good. Carrington's got 6.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Williams gets to Wiggins. And foul
Wizards
on the
foul.
shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
First personal foul.
And you don't
Second
ever
team
want to
foul.
get into the habit of letting the offense
Shooting for
get to the rim.
Atlanta.
The Hawks shooting their 5th and
Wiggins.
6th free throws of the game.
Taking 2 shots.
Free throw good, Wiggins. Okongwu's checked in for Kenrich Williams. And both free throws good for Wiggins.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Ball against Poole. Releases from 15, and some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Wizards lead by 4. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. With Coach Quinn Snyder, Quinn, what has to happen in the second half?
Well, we got to keep getting stops and really just make plays. Make plays on the offensive end and be solid defensively. No magic.
It's a pretty simple game, right, Coach? Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. After the first 2 quarters of play, it's Washington in control. They hold a 4-point lead. Kenny, how'd you see it?
We have to recognize their bench play. Sometimes we overlook the second unit, but tonight they've been the key. The coaching staff has got to be loving this. Getting that extra boost is huge.
And Shaq, how about what you saw from the Hawks?
Give them credit for keeping the score this close while shooting just over 30%. In the backhanded way, kind of gives you confidence. But you know if you bring your percentage up just a little bit, it'll be enough to get you in front.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Malcolm Brogdon really making a difference here.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
Yeah, he hasn't been settling. He's getting to the rim, and that's him at his best.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. On the court for Atlanta, the front court is Rizushea and Johnson. Daniels out there with Trae Young. And it's Okongwu in at the 5, down low. Young pulled the shot a little late, but the bounce goes his way. Young's got his second bucket of the game to go. The Wizards with the lead. And making his third All-Star appearance last season, Trae Young, a guy who is filled with so much skill in elite play.
Well, look, Trae Young may be as much fun to watch, Kevin, as any player in this league. With his quickness, with his shooting range, and he is as creative a passer as anyone I have ever seen.
He is fun to watch, isn't he?
He really is.
A true highlight of Rishishea's game, his ability to just knock it down from beyond.
And Levine, here we go. Can't cash in from close range. The Hawks shooting 38% from the field, a pretty weak showing for them. Brogdon against Young. And Rashawn Holmes gets the whistle that time.
Rashawn Holmes.
That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Rizushea with it. He's got 5. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Second
it's going to be on Alex Song.
Second team foul.
At the wing position, position, Richeche has pretty much everything you're looking for, right? Length, mobility, three-point shooting. And add to that, he has a great feel for the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Richeche. And Stan, we seem to be in the midst of a big man renaissance in the NBA. And I personally love it. So that being said, which of these big stars do you like the most?
Well, that's a tough question because there's so much talent and they're all different. You've got Embiid, who is unstoppable offensively. You've got Wembanyama with his combination of size and length, skill and agility. You've got guys who can shoot the ball. But the guy that combines the most of those things that I would take, Nikola Jokic.
So timeout called here. The first for Washington. And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Well, guys, in a year with no consensus #1 overall pick, Zachary Richeche out of France, maybe not a surefire star, but certainly a player with a lot of talent, a 3-and-D prospect with the prototype length and size. The Hawks saw him as a plug-and-play addition to their roster. He should be making an instant impact, guys.
Absolutely. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. You better keep your hands up if you've been playing with these guys over the past month, because if you're open, they'll find you. Second is Trae Young.
Really been in sync with his teammates over that period. I mean, his passing has been phenomenal.
Wizards trail by 3. Dean passes to Holmes. The pass to Brogdon. Holmes against Okongwu. Off the run and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to go on Onyeka Okongwu. First trip to the line for him here.
And really, the line a season ago was just a battle for him. Just about a 72% free throw shooter.
That free throw good from Holmes. Second free throw, no good. The Hawks leading. And here's Young. Passes it to Okongwu. Daniels dishes to Young. From outside the arc. The Hawks again can't hit.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best night in the field, but his teammates have had his back.
Pass to Bay. To the middle. And Sarr throws it down.
Most of Sarr's best work is done at the rim. Look at him just throwing it down with ease.
Atlanta calls timeout.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, they just have to be more patient. Less forcing and more passing.
checked in for Rashad Holmes.
A moment here to look at the numbers for Daniels. Last season's performance for him. Last season, he averaged 6 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And most of all, you have to love the defensive grit he brings to games when he comes off the bench.
Yeah, I loved having options like him off the bench. Guys who bring effort. They can change the attitude of a team.
Here's Risacher. He's got 7. He kicks to Daniels. Young outside. Clock at 4. Rebound by the Wizards. Sars got 4 rebounds in this game. Bay finds Brogdon. Back to Bay. Over Young. Bay, no good.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
Looking to end his cold spell, and scoring with the play inside is Young. Young's got 6 points.
Yeah, you love to see that. Really solid stuff from Young and close.
Up top, Bay is guarded by Johnson. Rebound, Atlanta. Okongwu's now got rebound number 5 here tonight. Young for 3. They get it back. Tries again. And Sarr pulls it down. Sarr's got 5 rebounds tonight. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
Ball violation. It'll be a jump ball.
So it's Atlanta now. And so Levine will bring it up now for Washington.
Good touch on the interior. Levine really crafty at figuring out ways to create space down low.
Young finds Johnson.
2 minutes.
The Hawks working the ball around.
The third quarter.
Fires the 3. Young, no good.
Well, this hasn't been his quarter so far. He's really struggling to get going.
Give it up now. You think this guy is just about jumpers? There's more to his game.
Coach, on top of being an impactful player, Malcolm Brogdon has always been the consummate pro.
He sure has, Kevin. He fits in seamlessly wherever he goes. Works hard, puts the team first, and is willing to accept whatever role is given to him.
Wizards have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Atlanta calls timeout.
And coach can't like what he's seeing, trying to get them refocused.
Yeah, you have to take a timeout in a situation like this. Stop the bleeding a bit and regroup.
Atlanta making some changes. Wiggins is checked in for Risacher. Karis LeVert comes in for Dyson Daniels. And Poole subbed in for Trae Young. Now, here's Okongwu. Picked his pocket. And here's the break. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
He takes advantage of him in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Offensive foul.
And why don't we take a chance now to see which teams have been the NBA's highest scoring squads this month. The Hawks, number 1.
I just love their offensive flow lately. I mean, this is a dominant team offensively because of that rhythm and pace.
Here's Ball. Good defense by Poole. The Hawks trail by 6. Here's Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
Pass to Krejci. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Man trying to break loose. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Wizards have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
Wizards. Vic Krejci. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. The Wizards making a switch here. Holmes checked in. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Kenrich Williams. He's checked in for Okongwu. Both shots good from the stripe. We've got 22 seconds left in the third quarter. Now, here's Poole. On the wing, Johnson. Wiggins outside. And it's off from three-point range. And so it's Washington with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Back to the action in just a minute. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, he's a consummate floor general, surveying the defense and delivering the pass on time and on target.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. We've got Wallace, and it's Vukcevic in at the 4. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Krejci, no good. And now here comes Daniel, leading the break. Here's Wiggins, and it's Wiggins with the jam.
Good awareness from Daniels there to read the floor and see the ready score.
Now Wallace. Second chance shot, and 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Third personal.
And a quick look at how Atlanta's schedule shaping up. On Wednesday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Miami Heat. And then on Thursday, we're taking on Clint Capella and the Detroit Pistons.
And looking at the Hornets matchup, that one might be worth keeping an eye on. It's always a great matchup when those two face off.
That free throw, no good. He hits the second from the line.
And crucially, he did enough there to make it a 2-possession game.
Here's Poole. Kicks to Wiggins. Back to Poole. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Washington basketball.
Okongwu's checked in for Atlanta.
Coming onto the floor for the Hawks, Onyeka Okongwu.
Wizards leading by 5. Wallace looking for an opening. And the pass to Holmes. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. Here's Poole. Good on the bucket.
Showing his strength inside. Poole muscles that one home.
And so Levine will bring it up now for the Washington Wizards. Passes it to Holmes. Now Sarr. Over Wiggins. Sarr gets the bucket. And the Wizards lead by 5. And here's Atlanta. Daniels with it. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Washington calls timeout.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
Yeah, right now, Coach needs to draw up his best play, get some points, and give this team some confidence.
Brogdon, he's checked in for the Wizards. Young's checked in for Atlanta. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks, guys. I was able to catch what Brian Keefe told his team during that break. Now with the game in the balance, Coach told his team to play loose. Don't overthink it. We got this far playing our game, and we can win the same way. Back to you guys.
All right, David, thanks. And here is Okongwu after the three-pointer from Zach LaVine. To the inside. Okongwu down low. Holmes on him. Wiggins drives in. And they have their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Here's Sarr, and Sarr throws it down.
A primary responsibility of Rodgers. When someone is open on his squad, he gets it to them.
And here's Daniels. To Rizachet. 20 feet out. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Brogdon finds Holmes. Here's Carrington. And he finishes nicely on the way. And it's a 10-point Wizards lead.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
And the shot goes in.
Young.
Such a creative finisher.
Timeout
Young
on the
will
floor.
find a way,
Timeout.
even with the defender all over it.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
I can't hear you.
And now we present our New Balance player of the game, Zach LaVine.
And he's had a very good night shooting the basketball. A little over 50% from the field. And a lot of those shots have come against some tight D. That shows the level of his focus and consistency.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. Sarr with it. He's guarded by Johnson. Sarr's shot is off. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
2 minutes.
Young with the ball. Now defended by Sarr.
Yeah, the defense is right to challenge Young inside, but he's a persistent guy.
3rd personal foul. 1st team foul. At the line for the Hawks, Trae Young. 2 shots.
Shoot 2.
First free throw is good, and that narrows the gap to 7.
Yeah, you know, guys, the amount of offense that Young creates for himself and his teammates is staggering. This guy does it all.
Good on both.
Crucial that he converts those shots. They've got to keep eating away at the lead.
Brogdon against Young. Brogdon the pass to Sarr. And good. Coming on the assist by Brogdon. 8 points for Alex Sarr.
Already expanding his game. Sarr trying to get better at attacking quickly off the pass.
Pass to Daniels. Shoots the three. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
What a time for him to step up. Big three right there.
Well, guys who can make big shots at the end of games have become a necessity.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
Well, Zach LaVine, so crafty at getting himself to the line.
For the Wizards, Zach LaVine. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And he is unable to get the second one. The Hawks trail by 6. A pass to Daniels. Back to Young. Shoots. Rebounded by the Wizards. They've led by as much as 10. Here's LaVine. Second chance effort. And he sinks the layup. And the Wizards lead by 8.
Well, the defense has got to know. When LaVine is getting hot like this, they're in for a long night.
Atlanta calls timeout. They're down by 8. 1:03 left in the fourth quarter. Left in the fourth. Here's Young, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Malcolm Brogdon.
Young is so good at drawing contact. Defenders have to be very disciplined guarding him.
2 shots.
Shooting 2.
So the first one drops, and that narrows the gap to 7.
And Young, a fiery competitor, someone who enjoys getting under the skin of opposing players.
And so Young nails them both. And so LaVine will bring it up now for Washington. 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Plenty of daylight on that shot. And the Wizards lead by 8.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
And so it's Washington with it. Jalen Johnson missing his last shot. Brogdon kicks to Bay. In the corner, it's Levine. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
Now, Sarr. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who's standing by with our player of the game. Take it away, David.
Thanks very much, Zach. Some big baskets for you down the stretch. What's it like when you have the ball in your hands in those moments?
Oh, it was great. I'm not scared to take or miss any shot, and I'll go down there swinging every time.
Well, you connected at the right times tonight, man. Congrats. Back to you.
Thanks so much, David. And that'll do it, folks. So now for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time